Hello everyone, welcome back to With the Mother Facts. I'm your host, Thomas Kohler.
And I'm your host, James Dunquaw. And you know what time it is.
Everyone's favorite, or not so favorite, creepy Uncle Joe Biden is back in the news for all the wrong reasons. Amidst the hashtag #MeToo era, you'd think that giving unsolicited hugs and kisses to women would be enough to take someone out of the running, but no.
To make matters even creepier, President Donald Trump tweeted a strange video, to say the least, that edited Biden sensually hugging himself as to mimic the way he has allegedly touched women in the past.
Wait, so this isn't normal?
No.
Oh. All right. One might find irony in Trump tweeting this meme about Biden, considering he himself is the king of locker room talk. Needless to say, if it comes down to Trump and Biden in the upcoming presidential election, the White House might have to start enforcing Mike Pence's "I'm not allowed to be alone with women that aren't my wife" rule for public safety.
Yikes. In other news, if you're a fan of Homeland, this next subject may interest you. Or not, I don't know. Homeland Security's Kirstjen Nielsen has officially resigned almost out of nowhere. This is just the most recent event in a string of strange resignations and last-minute changes to the many institutions in charge of managing immigration.
Just days before, President Trump rescinded the nomination of Ronald Vitiello as the head of ICE. Trump's choice to rescind the nomination came as a shock to many, with Trump stating Vitiello was a good man, but we're going in a tougher direction. This tougher direction seems to involve pushing for a complete closure of the Mexican border, which would not only cost millions, perhaps billions of dollars to complete, but would also leave a gaping hole in our economy, as trade with Mexico would cease. Think about the avocados, people.
Nielsen's resignation came abruptly after a discussion with Trump at the White House about the current situation at the border. For now, U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Kevin McAleenan is acting Secretary of Homeland, as appointed by Trump. We'll see how long that lasts. I give him about a week before he resigns. But who could Trump's next victim be in his Homeland Security spring cleaning? Why, it's the very man responsible for keeping the president safe and sound at all costs.
That's right. Randolph Tex Ailes, the head of the United States Secret Service, has just stepped down from his position. It appears that no one is safe from President Trump's desire to shake up the Department of Homeland Security. While many may believe this is related to recent events with the woman who tried to sneak onto the Mar-a-Lago property, the White House has stated otherwise. A White House official spoke with NBC News, stating that the administration was seeking Ailes' resignation for almost 2 weeks now, long before the president began his complete overhaul of the DHS and the Mar-a-Lago incident.
Randolph Ailes, a Marine Corps veteran, was made the head of the Secret Service by Trump back in 2017 and was the first person to be appointed as head without having served as an agent before in over 100 years. Ailes took over the Secret Service at one of its worst times. Financially, as has been estimated that the current First Family is one of the most expensive ones to protect in recent history, due to the size of the family and their many visits to their private properties, both in the U.S. and abroad.
Ailes has yet to speak with anyone about the reason for his resignation, but if my job involved having to be willing to take a bullet for Jared Kushner, I'd abruptly resign too.
Right? Well, in other news, let's go to our international twins, Jake and Jack, to see what they have in store for us today.
Hey everyone, as always, I'm Jack Kessler.
And I'm Jake Aldridge.
Today, we'll be discussing the new contender for the World Championship title of Islamic nation with the most human rights abuses, the Sultanate of Brunei. Brunei, a small oil-rich nation in Southeast Asia ruled over by absolute monarch Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah, entered the field on the 3rd of April when new laws based off the Islamic Sharia legal code came into effect.
These new laws constitute the third and final phase of a gradual implementation of Sharia law, a process which began back in 2013. Past laws have seen Brunei's residents pay fines or severe jail time for not attending religious services or consuming alcohol. But this latest round has enacted even stricter punishments, dictating such punishments as if a thief is caught, the appropriate punishment is to cut off the offender's hands.
In other words, it's a safe place where those of the non-barbaric persuasion shouldn't tread. I mean, come on. Did you actually think human rights were real or something?
This new set of laws has made an explosive impact upon the world stage due to the fact that they prescribe the death penalty for committing homosexual acts. Under the new laws, such a punishment would be carried out by being stoned or whipped to death. Citizens in neighboring countries fear that these new laws could encourage their own governments to put anti-LGBT laws into place.
The backlash was immediate, as celebrities took to social media to boycott any and all businesses owned by the Sultan. Their expressions of sympathy for those trapped by the new measures are heartwarming. That is, until you realize that the second they sent out a tweet condemning the new laws, they were back to sipping mimosas beside a pool in Ibiza without a care in the world. More substantive action has come from the financial and travel sector, which has seen companies stop doing business with the Sultan entirely.
Perhaps the most disgustingly ironic note in all of this is that the Beverly Hills Hotel, owned by the Sultan, offers special deals for same-sex couples who would face the death penalty if they were to step foot in Brunei.
Moral of the story, dictators and despots are terrible, but you can't change the world through Twitter. That's all we have for today, folks. We hope you enjoyed it.
As always, I'm Jake Aldridge.
And I'm Jack Kessler. See you next time.